This lesson is for class 10th for the subject of mathematics part 2, which is being submitted to you on 23rd November 2020. Now students, continuing with the topic, let us discuss about parallelogram and its properties. As you all know, parallelogram includes rectangle, rhombus and square. Therefore, any result which is true for a parallelogram is also true for others. Now students, we will discuss theorems on parallelograms. So theorem number 1 is, in a parallelogram, both pairs of opposite sides are equal. That is, if ABCD is a parallelogram, then AB is equal to CD and AD is equal to BC. Clear? Now let's move to the second theorem. So theorem number 2 is, in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal in both pairs. That is, angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Now let us move to theorem number 3. Now see what we have in theorem number 3. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other and bisect the parallelogram. That is, now if O is the point where both the diagonals are intersecting, then AO is equal to OC and DO equal to OB. Also, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. I hope it is clear to everyone. Similarly, triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle ADC. So, in a parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are also equal, as well as the diagonals bisect the parallelogram into equal parts. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Now students, let us move to the converse of all the three theorems that we have discussed. So the converse of theorem number 1 is, a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if the side in both the pairs of its opposite sides are of equal length. That is, if AB is equal to CD and AD equal to BC, then ABCD is a parallelogram. Now, theorem number 5 is, that is converse of theorem 2. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if its opposite angles in each pair are equal. That is, if angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D, then ABCD is a parallelogram. Clear? Now students, let us discuss the converse of theorem 3. So theorem number 6 is a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if its diagonals bisect each other. That is, if AO is equal to OC and BO is equal to OD, then ABCD is a parallelogram. Clear? Now students, let us move to next theorem, that is theorem number 7. So theorem number 7 is a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if its opposite sides in a pair are parallel and of equal lengths. That is, if AB is equal to CD and AB is also parallel to CD, then ABCD is a parallelogram. Now, theorem number 8 is the diagonals of a rectangle are of equal lengths. That is, AC is equal to BD. Now students, it is a case of a rectangle, not of a parallelogram. Clear? Now theorem number 9 is the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular to each other. That is, angle AOB is equal to angle BOC is equal to angle COD and DOA. So all angles are of 90 degree each. Now this is in case of rhombus as well as in case of square also. Clear? Now theorem number 10 is the diagonals of a square are equal and perpendicular to each other. That means AC is equal to BD as well as AC is perpendicular to BD. So all angles are of 90 degree each. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now students, theorem number 11 is just the converse of theorem number 8. That is, if two diagonals of a parallelogram are of equal lengths, then it is a rectangle. That means if both the lengths are equal, then it is a rectangle. Clear? Now the next theorem, number 12, is converse of theorem number 9. That is, if the diagonals of a parallelogram are perpendicular, then it is a rhombus. That is, AC is perpendicular to BD. And now the last theorem is theorem number 13, which is actually the converse of theorem number 10. If in a parallelogram the diagonals are equal and perpendicular, then it is a square. That is, AC is equal to BD and AC is perpendicular to BD. Students, all these theorems are given in book also. Clear? Now, let us discuss about the properties of rectangle, rhombus and square in detail. First is rectangle. ABCD is a rectangle. Since every rectangle is a parallelogram, therefore it has all the properties of a parallelogram. Additional properties of a rectangle are all the interior angles are 90 degree each. That is, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C equal to angle D. All are 90 degree. And second is, the diagonals of the rectangle are equal. That is, AC is equal to BD. Clear? Now let us discuss about rhombus. Every rhombus is a parallelogram. All the sides of a rhombus are equal. That is, AB is equal to BC is equal to CD and that is equal to AD. Clear? And the second point is, the diagonals of a rhombus intersect at right angles. So that means all the angles at the center are 90 degree each. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Now the third property is, the diagonals bisect the angles of a rhombus. That is, AC bisect angle A as well as angle C, and the diagonals BD bisect angle B as well as angle D. Now students, let us discuss about properties of a square. Every square is a parallelogram. This we already know. Now, all the interior angles of a square are of 90 degree each. Now, this property is same as rectangle. In rectangle also, all the angles are of 90 degree each. Now, the second property is, all the sides of a square are equal. That is, AB is equal to BC equal to CD and that is equal to AD. Now this property is also same as rhombus. In rhombus also all the sides are equal. Clear? Now the third property is, the diagonals of a square are equal. That is, AC is equal to BD. Children, in rectangle also the diagonals are equal. Clear? But in rhombus the diagonals are not equal. Now the next property is, the diagonals bisect the angles of a square. That is, at the center all the angles are 90 degree each, since the diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. Also, diagonal AC bisect angle A as well as angle C. That means both the angles are of 45 degree each. Similarly, BD diagonal also bisect angle B as well as angle D, and here also both the angles are of 90 degree, that is half of 90, 45 degree each. So a square is a rectangle as well as a rhombus. So it has all the properties of a rectangle as well as that of a rhombus. I hope students, now the concept of parallelogram is clear to everyone. It is important to understand the properties of square, rectangle and rhombus and how they are different from each other. Clear? Now students, let us discuss an example That is example number 3 at page number 10.7 of your textbook. So the question here is the diagonals of a rectangle PQRS meet at O. You can see in the figure PQRS is a rectangle where both the diagonals meet at O, and angle POQ is 124 degree. And what we have to find? We have to find angle OSR. Angle OSR. Clear? So let us see how to start. We know that the diagonals of a rectangle are equal and they bisect each other. So therefore, in triangle OSP, OS is equal to OP. This means angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Why, children? Because angle opposite to equal sides are also equal. Now we know that angle SOP is missing. Clear? Now angle POQ is an exterior angle of triangle POS. Therefore, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 124 degree. Why, children? Because exterior angle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. Clear? So, now angle 1 will be equal to 62 degree. Why? Because angle 1 and angle 2 both are equal. If sum of these two is 124 degree, that means either one is equal to 62 degree. That is half of 124. Clear? So that means angle 1 is 62 degree. Angle 2 is also 62 degree. Now by angle sum property, we can find angle O. Now which angle O, children? That is angle SOP. Clear? Or what we can do here is angle OSR will be equal to 90 degree minus 1. Children, we know that in a rectangle all angles are 90 degree. So therefore angle OSR will be 90 minus 1. That is 90 minus 62. So that is equal to 28 degree. Clear? Now, hope you all have understood this example. So similarly, we can do more examples like this. Hope you all have understood the topic. So, all of you are required to solve the question. So the questions are exercise 10.1, question number 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 14, 15, 19, 20, 25, 28, 29 and 31. Clear? Students, all the questions which are marked in the exercise are supposed to do. Clear? And all the questions which are crossed, you can leave those questions. So with this, I conclude this interactive session. Thank you everyone.